I'd like to just speak on it, if I might, for a few minutes. I'll try to be brief, but I do think there's been a lot of talk about this, but this is a personal opinion. But I think in the 20 years I've been in this legislature, this is probably the most important decision that I will make. And hopefully this committee and those of us in the legislature will see the seriousness of it. It will be the ability to expand a Medicaid program that will allow for quality, affordable health care for over 300,000 Tennesseans that are working now but don't have the ability to have a regular means of caring for themselves from a health perspective. 17,000 of those are veterans, 191,000 are women. This is a financial boon for our state. As you know, and I hope you know, and I'm pretty confident with these figures, this will be a 100% coverage of this for the first 3 years, estimated at about $1.2 million a year. The newly revised fiscal note that was for this bill indicates that much. By the year 2017, about $5 billion will come into this state. And as we know, this is federal revenue that's partially generated by our citizens when they will, on the 31st of January or the 15th of April, write that check to the IRS. We're sending that money, and it would be able, a portion of it, to come back. It is a situation that is funded at the federal level. The law that provides for this expansion is paid for by our taxes, not by an increase in the deficit of our country. So far, as a result of the provision of this act that allows the expansion to begin on January 1st, Tennessee taxpayers have forfeited the possibility of bringing back $72.5 million thus far since the 1st of January. That's about $2.5 million a day. This money will be gone for us, and I would suppose and assume that it will be able to be used by other states to extend the time which there is a 100% payment by the federal government. Now, I'm not sure about that, but I do know that we cannot recoup it once we hopefully decide to expand Medicaid. There has been some talk about the cost of this expansion to our state. It is my opinion, and I think the facts will back me up, that for this reason, the expansion will actually save our state money. About $1.6 billion will ultimately be saved in the cost of uncompensated care for caregivers of all types in our state at the state, county, and local level. There will be a $15 million saving through a combination of TennCare, CoverRx, and Access Tennessee, which could be combined under this expanded Medicaid program. And we've just found out that Tennessee businesses will save approximately $50 million in taxes and penalties. An important part of the expansion of Medicaid is that it will save many hospitals in this state. We think there are, and I think this is backed up by the facts, about 54 hospitals are at risk of closure due to the reduced DSH payments, DSH payments, which, as we all know, will no longer be made because of the deal made by the Congress and as a result of the U.S. Supreme Court. 30 counties in our state, ladies and gentlemen, are likely to lose their only hospital. And there have already been closures in Gibson County, Shelby County, Smith County, Knox County, Scott County, Washington County, and Hamilton County. Not reflected in the fiscal note, but I believe is something that studies have shown. There's certainly a study by a couple of people, including the University of Memphis, indicates that expansion will grow jobs and save jobs. Approximately 15% of the jobs in our state are related to health care, and they're dependent on the health care sector. It is the largest employment sector in our state, and 20% of jobs in rural areas are dependent on the health care industry. The Tennessee Hospital Association estimates a loss of 7,000 to 10,000 jobs over the next 10 years if we do not see fit to expand Medicaid. This will be 100% matched for the first 3 years. Following that, it will ultimately ramp up to a 9-to-1 match. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we jumped through all kinds of hoops to have a nursing home tax. We have a hospital assessment that we've had the last few years, and we do that all to get a 2-to-1 match for federal funds. I think that a 9-to-1 match, even with my math, is a lot better deal for our state. I would urge this committee to consider these things when you're making a decision. I hope we can have some more discussion about this. This particular bill is not moving in the Senate, so I'm not going to go any farther with my discussion here today, except to say, reiterate the fact that this is an extremely important decision for us to make, and I hope we can give it due consideration in a bill that will come later to this committee, hopefully. And I thank you for your time, and I'll take this bill, Mr. Chairman, off notice.
Thank you, Mr. Sponsor. Appreciate